Hello everyone. I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to discuss a very profound and thought-provoking poem called Haunted Houses, which is written by H.W.Longfellow. The poem has in total 10 stanzas of 4 lines each, and it is called quatrains. And the rhyming scheme that is followed is ABAB type of rhyming scheme. Okay. And throughout the poem, you can find a lot of metaphors and imageries used. Okay. So now let's go through the first stanza. All houses wherein men have lived and died are haunted houses. Through the open doors, the harmless phantoms on the errands glide. Okay. So all houses wherein men have lived and died. So here houses means our lives. It is a metaphor. And haunted means haunted by memories. So the poet wants to say that when people die, our minds are haunted with their memories. Through the open doors, open means when our minds are open or when we are vulnerable. These harmless phantoms, again, phantoms here means these memories or these influences. So when our mind is open, these influences or memories, they just like a ghost that does not make any noise, they come into our minds and leave meaningful imprints in our life. Imprints in our lives. So in total, this stanza, the poet wants to say that when people have passed, they haunt us through memories and past influences and past interactions. And uh, though they don't make their presence felt, they are present. Okay, now let's go to the next stanza. We meet them at the doorway, on the stair, along the passages they come and go. Okay, so here the poet wants to say that we meet them at different places, or it could mean that we meet them at different phases in our life. Along the passages they come. So here it could be the passage of time, or as time passes, they come and go. That means they are not permanent. The memories, the influences, they come and they go, and they leave impalpable impressions. Now, what is impalpable? Impalpable means you cannot touch. They are elusive. So we do not feel them or we cannot touch them, but it gives us a feeling that, or a subtle feeling that something is influencing our lives. Okay, so here alliteration is used. Alliteration is, if you see here, S sound is used. This S consonant sound is used. So this, to bring in a rhyming scheme, alliteration is used here. Here the poet wants to say that we encounter the memories and past experiences of people through various phases of life. As time passes, these memories come and go, and though we cannot touch them, we have a sense that something is influencing our lives. There are more guests at the table than the host invited. Okay, so here the poet wants to say, see, host means definitely us. Okay, at the table means here the mind. Okay, and guest here means our memories or past interactions. So here the poet wants to say that our mind is unaware of the memories and influences of the people in the past, but deep inside, our lives are impacted by many past interactions which we are unaware of. That is why they are saying there are more guests at the table than what we have invited. So we are unaware, but there are a lot of past interactions and influences that is actually influencing our lives, and these memories or past influences are very silent, just like how pictures are on the wall. So the poet has used simile here by comparing it using the word as. So just like how pictures on the wall, they are present there but they don't make their presence felt, just that way these memories are present in our mind more than how much we know they are influencing. Okay, let's go to the next stanza. The strangers at my fireside cannot see the forms I see, nor hear the sounds I hear. So now you might think this person is able to see ghosts. No. Metaphorically, the poet wants to say that our memories are deeply personal. That is why people outside cannot see. So the poet wants to say that other strangers or people from outside, they cannot see my memories or my experiences, which are deeply personal, but they can only perceive, that is visible and clear means that seen outward, or my current state of mind. Okay. We have no title deeds to houses or lands. Owners and occupants of earlier dates means the people who owned this property and now they have passed away. From graves forgotten, stretch their dusty hands and hold in mortmains till their old estate. So here, if you see, the poet has used personification where dead people are stretching out their hands from their graves, so giving life to a lifeless organism is called personification. So personification is done. And mortmain, let me tell you the meaning of mortmain. Mortmain means legal ownership to a property, but which they do not want to pass it to anyone else, do not want to pass the ownership to anyone. That is called mortmain. So if you see the literal translation here, the poet is saying that we have no ownership to our houses or lands because the past occupants are not letting go of these properties. Okay, but metaphorically, what the poet wants to say that is, though we feel ownership of our lives or our minds, we feel we own the property, but we don't. People from the past who have died continue to impact our lives, our choices, or our perceptions or decisions. So here, the poet wants to say that we feel like we have ownership to our lives and minds, but we don't. They still continue to influence our choices. The people who have passed away or who have ceased to exist. Ceased means stopped to exist, who have died. The spirit world around this world of sense floats like an atmosphere and everywhere. Okay. So here the spirit world means again the world of memories and influences of the past. They envelop our lives just like the atmosphere. Now if you see, atmosphere is omnipresent, it is present everywhere. Just like that, these influences, they envelop our present life and they give a vital breath of more ethereal air. That means because of their influence in our lives, it makes our lives, or the a breath of fresh air, it makes our lives more ethereal. Ethereal means heavenly or enriching. So here, when these influences envelop our present life, they bring in a fresh breath of life and make our lives more enriching. Our little lives are kept in equipoise. The meaning of the word equipoise means balance. Our little lives are kept in balance by opposite attractions and desires. So they're saying our lives have opposite desires. So one desire is of instincts that enjoy. That means having these pleasures of life. Many times we have thoughts that we want to enjoy, have a monetary splurge and just spend and have these pleasures of life. That is one type of desire, and the more noble instincts that aspire. We have another desire sometimes that is of much higher or noble aspirations, like Samaj Seva and such noble aspirations. So they are saying our lives are kept in balance by these opposite desires that are have a very stark contrast, right? So this is spending a lot of money and for ourselves, more selfish one, and this is more of selfless one. These perturbations means disturbances. And this perpetual means never ending. Jar means noise. You know, jarring sound we say? Yes. So an unpleasant noise is called a jar. So these disturbances that we feel are never ending between these earthly wants of our pleasures and noble aspirations is actually coming from an influence of an unseen star and an undiscovered planet. So if you see here metaphorically, unseen star, undiscovered planet means some unknown influence. So the poet wants to say that these disturbance that we feel of such stark contrasting desires actually comes from the influence of an unknown source. And as the moon from some dark gate of cloud throws over the sea a floating bridge of light. So here the poet says, just like how the moon sheds light across the sea. See, the poet has used vivid imagery here. Makes you imagine the scene, right? So just like how a moon sheds light over the sea, the moon here is a metaphor for this past influence. These past influences are like a guiding light. So just like how the moon sheds light, these past influences are like a guiding light and helps us in our life. So when we are moving through trembling planks, our now fancies means thoughts. Okay, so this guiding light of past influences helps us in our life as we go into a realm of mystery. Mystery means unknown, or into darkness. These past influences are a guiding light when we go into an unknown place or into a darkness or into an area that we are oblivious to. So from the world of spirits there descends a bridge of light connecting it with us. So finally the poet wants to say that these past influences form a bridge for our past life and the present life, connecting it. And as we move through life's journey, our life's journey is always unsteady, that sways and bends. So as we go through our life's journey, our thoughts wander above the dark abyss. Now, abyss means a deep, dark place. So, these past influences or this world of spirits, of memories, these guide us and influence us in our decisions and help us as we step into a dark, unknown area or a dark place. Okay, so I hope this poem was clear. So let's see what the theme of the poem is. The poem reflects that material items are transient, but spiritual worlds are permanent. So it reminds us that even if our loved ones have passed away or have gone from the physical plane, their memories and thoughts, they remain with us in our mind. The second point is the influence of past, present, and future. So the poet wants to say that these three are intertwined. So many a times our past will influence our present decisions and also the future ones. Finally, the poet also delves into an unknown part of life. So the poet says that in the world of spirits and mysteries, there is a world of spirits and mysteries beyond our understanding, which somehow influences our life, which we do not know about, or another word for that is unbeknown to us. So I hope you have understood this poem. Thank you so much for your patience and listening until the end. Have a nice day.